Y'all see that spider web? I don't come in this garage whatsoever, but I'm here. Do y'all see the temperature? I don't want to be out here. It's 7:30 p.m. on the 22nd of August. I'll never forget my dates now. 98 degrees in my garage. That's where I've been. I don't want to be out here. It's too hot. I'm only out here now because this one needs to start getting disassembled because it's going off to paint shop. All this is coming apart. We're gonna do the engine bay. We're gonna do all the door jambs. It's gonna get painted, repainted again. It's hot. I don't even want to be in here, but at least I'm gonna get the wheels off, put the factory wheels on, or some ugly looking wheels over there. So we're gonna start tearing this apart. And what we're gonna start with is the wheels. I'm taking the wipers off. The cowl is coming out. The wiper motors are coming out. What we're gonna do with this car, like I said, the engine bay is gonna get repainted. Everything in here is coming out. Well, about 90% of things are coming out in here. I think the reservoirs and stuff I'm gonna keep in. I'm just gonna remove it off of the firewall. The firewall backing is gonna come off. We're gonna remove the cylinders for the brakes. I think we're gonna get rid of the power steering as well. We're gonna do a lot of stuff, and then I'm also gonna. I got bird boo boo on the U. That's disturbing. The car was sitting outside for a little bit with no hood up. So that's probably where this is at right now. So anyways, I gotta find the battery because I don't know where the battery went. That's not it.
Several long days later.
And this is why. It is 11:52 p.m. My batteries are low. Don't know why. 11:52 p.m. and it's 100 degrees outside. In the garage. Alright, so I got ahead of myself and I didn't want to do all this today, but I started listening to music and I just started progressing. If anybody got the back end of that, let me know. So I kept progressing. And the next thing you know, all that's left is the 2 CV axles, the exhaust dropped, transfer case out, and this bad boy's ready to come out. I did a lot more than I wanted to do tonight, but that's a good thing. It hasn't changed temperatures whatsoever. It's 97.7. But here is my parts table. As you can see, there are some old parts, there are some new parts. There are some parts that I did not powder coat because you do not see this no matter what you do to look for it. You can't find this intercooler piping. But everything else is that you can see is powder coated. I'm going to be doing a new fan. I'm going to be restoring this radiator. I have all my bolts lined up in there. This is most organized I've ever been in my life. But everything here from the radiator support, the brackets of the radiator, intercooler pipings down there, headlights are here, radiator hoses are there, fan, spark plugs. I'm going to powder coat this gold-ish thing. I'm going to get that powder coated. Power steering pump, I'm going to replace it. I'm going to keep it. I had posted a question in one of the groups. Basically, should I delete power steering pump or not? And everybody said, keep it. This is not a Honda. So here we are. We're keeping it. Certain things that I want to do. All my engine mounts are shot. And I never realized that. But like, look at this. Look. Look at that. It's just like you ever felt a gusher and you squeezed it? That's what it feels like. So those are shot. And if you actually look closely, you can actually see the engine is tilted like that, which is not good for drivability at all. And that's going to put stress on the CV axle. So we're going to drop the radiator. We're going to drop the exhaust. We're going to replace those. I actually have some polyurethane ones over there. This one is shot as well. I'm sorry to the paint booth people, but that's pretty gunked up. Don't know what the freak happened, but that one's like that. This one's like that. The back I'm not too concerned about, but the back needs to be replaced. And I didn't even run a front one. That's the crazy part. There was no front mount on this car. So I'm surprised I didn't make a big mess. This is actually gas that you see here. That's power steering fluid, but this is gas. Because when I pulled the lines off, it kind of spilled out. So I'm going to pull the engine tomorrow, more than likely tomorrow. Once I pull the engine out, I'm going to start addressing, and if anybody can address me to new ones of these clamps, I want to replace those clamps, all of them. So if somebody can point me in the right direction, I'll probably post it in one of the groups on where I can get those and who knows where I can get them. I'm sure they're just a generic thing that you can get from anywhere. So for tomorrow, I'm going to pull out the CV axles, swap the wheels out, pull the CV axles out, remove the lower brace, remove the slave cylinder, and then get the hoist and yank it out. And then I'll start addressing the firewall, because the firewall is going to get ripped off. I'm not going to keep that there. I'm actually going to rip it off. We're going to paint that back firewall as well. So complete color change in this engine bay. It's going to look great. It's going to look good. All of this down here will get repainted as well. So I want to delete the ABS system, but that looks like a mess to orchestrate and fish around. So I may not even touch that. I really don't want to touch that because those are brakes. And if I do that wrong and install that wrong, this car's going to go straight into a tree. Anyways, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Am I even motivated to do car work anymore? I mean, I am. But let me explain what we're doing here. As you can see, the engine bay is out. What do I have to do next? I'm removing all the power steering. I'm removing all the ABS lines, except for the 2 hard lines going to the back. Everything else, all this black, all that junk down there is coming straight out. Engine sitting over there in the corner. My how hot is it in Texas? I know this is like all over the place right now, but how hot is it in Texas? Hot enough for this to happen. This is the transmission mount. This is the hell? This is the engine bay mount, as you can see. Focus, but this is the engine mount. That's how hot it is in Texas, guys. So, and then the other one is like that, but not as bad. Obviously, most of the weight's on the driver's side and passenger side mount. But like I said, all the ABS lines are coming out. Everything is coming out except for the 2 hard lines going to the back, like I just said. Everything else is on that table right over there. And we're going to start taking things apart. The turbo housing and the wastegate is being sent off to get powder coated. I haven't powder coated that ever before, so we're going to do that. I am contemplating on removing the power steering lines because I'll be getting rid of this. This is already going, but I'll be getting rid of this, all of this, and everything in between. Obviously, the brake line's going to stay there, or the brake booster's staying there, but for the most part, the most complex part of the ABS system is getting those lines to be removed. I am going to remove the fuel pump or the fuel filter just because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to try to get a E85 one, compatible one. I'm not doing E85 yet, but I want to be prepared and be ready for that when that time comes. So that fuel filter will go out. We're going to remove that firewall protector thingy, mobob, or whatever it's called. And then I also have the bottom for that. Ended up finding one from a guy named Rob. He hooked it up with one for me. And then I have the harnesses for the fog lights. Rob hooked it up with that one. And then we also have, what else did I get from him? Oh, the ABS portioning valve is what I got. That's coming in tomorrow. It'll be here, so I'm gonna get that prepared to come out. So let's get that started. Let's get this yanked out, and let's move on. ABS lines. Don't ask. So it does look so. Everything's just falling off over there. It does look so much better. I did manage to save all the power steering. So if I do want to go back to power steering before the engine drops in, I have from now to the car comes back to make that determination. But if I do, all that's getting cleaned up and like pretty. Because what a difference does that make when all your lines that are over here are just vanished. So I did end up cutting all the ABS lines just because there's no way to fish it around all of that stuff on that back firewall. It's more of a hassle than it is to just cut them. So I had my little hacksaw and I was just, chopping them into fourths on the back wall, pulling them out, throwing them. And then when it got to over here, hacksaw them off there. And then the whole module just dropped loose with about 6 or 8 bolts. I don't remember how much it was, but it all just dropped. So that's gone. Not gonna have ABS. I do have the portioning valve coming in tomorrow, like I stated earlier. But for the most part, this looks so much better. I still have to do some things like remove the remaining of that firewall, carpet, whatever. I was trying to yank it out, but it looks like that has to be removed. Or maybe I can just cut around it. I'm not sure. And then I'm also going to be taking out the wiring harness to get that out of the way. I'm going to be re-luming that, maybe cut off some harnesses. For the most part, everything that's going to come out is out for the exception of the wire harness. I also need to remove, I have a push start on this car, so that's what that black wire that's going up and down doing. That is the push start wire. So I'm tired. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and it took me about maybe an hour. And that's just because I was trying to preserve this in case I wanted to sell it. But I got so frustrated, I was like, you know what? The hell with it. It's being cut. So I cut it. Now, the module is still good. You just unbolt those lines and then put your lines in, and it's still good to go. But the module's still good. It actually worked when it was in this car. I just wanted this clean look. Like, this is just absolutely gorgeous. So all this is going to get painted off. Fenders, of course, are coming off this car. Wiper cowls are going to get fixed and replaced. Just wait, guys. Just wait. Trust me when I say just wait. But that is all I'm going to do for this one. This video took about 2 weeks to make. I've been so busy, and it's unreal how busy I am. I need to remove that little bolt out of the way. But this video has been a long time to make. It's just, I've been so busy with things. Y'all have no idea. But for the most part, get y'all something on this one. The 350Z is coming out pretty soon. I'm going to get a little cinematic video of that one because it's almost done. But as for this one, it's going off to paint here in the next few days. Like I told y'all, I know it's been a while, but you know, good things take time, right? So, but for the most part, catch y'all in the next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.